right, I'm Chris Avina with American Outdoor News. Welcome to another episode of American Outdoor News podcast. And during show season, every once in a while, you see a product that is just like, has that wow factor. Today, we have Tom Frame from SiOnyx, and they've come up with a product that has that wow factor. Tom, thanks for coming on.
Hey, Chris, I'm really excited to be here, and it's great that you're able to recognize our technology and our products that does have that wow factor. We actually love to put our products into people's hand for their first time because we call it the aha factor, right?
Yep.
So when we explain what we do, what we are, and our technology, people go like, okay, yeah, I've heard it before, digital night vision, but when they actually see it, it's just like, wow, it is pretty much spot on the wow factor.
It's really an eye opener. And I'm sorry I haven't seen it firsthand, but just the clips that you showed me and speaking to you, I was like, I gotta have one of these.
Well, it's great to hear. Great to hear. We love to hear that. It means we're doing the right thing.
So tell me a little bit about SiOnyx, how it started, and actually the maiden product that actually launched the company. Let's
Sure.
start from there.
Yeah. So SiOnyx. So for your listeners and viewers out there that don't know who we are, it's spelled SiOnyx. So Si stands for silicon, right? So that's the driver of the sensor, right?
Yep.
And onyx for black, representing black. So the kind of the magic sauce for SiOnyx is black silicon. So at the back end of the sensor with the silicone wafers is we do a treatment there, what ends up being blackening it. So black silicon. So that's really how the name got generated. So what the hell is it? What does it do? So we're a 15-year-old company that pretty much most of the people in America don't know who we are. That's because it's spent most of their time, about 12 years, as being a technology and engineering company, evolving the technology that we are today. So it started in the labs at Harvard. Our founder, James Carey, who's still with us today, and he's still very deeply involved in the company on the technology side. We're really advancing the performance values of our technology. And in 2018, they got to the point where like, you know what, we got a really good, capable sensor, right? The low light capabilities are good, and we can see in color. It's patented. I forget how many patents we have, but there's a lot. I can tell you that. And so it's really a proprietary process, proprietary technology. And since we own it and it's getting really good, why don't we come up with an idea to come up with a product that can serve, the consumer and commercial markets? So that product was launched in the middle of 2018, July 2018, and it was called the Aurora. And we still have that product today. The Aurora is a general purpose digital video camera that sees really good at night. So we're the only ones that do that. Now, I know there's a couple other products on the market camera wise, Sony and Nikon, Canon all have a low light sensor, but it doesn't compare to what we have. So the genesis of the development really is military based. So the U.S. Department of Defense for decades have been wanting to evolve their night vision capabilities. I don't want to say they want to replace analog because that's not truly accurate, but they need to improve it. So do we improve the current analog systems that the soldiers are currently using, or do we find an alternative way to do it? And some of the benefits of driving the digital night vision is digital features and capabilities. So think about connectivity, think about sharing, think about streaming over Wi-Fi, right? There's a lot of products that have it today that we have available to us in our everyday lives. So think about now if you're a soldier and having a HoloLens goggle system, and you can see schematics, you have maps, where your squad mates are to prevent friendly fire. So ultimately, that's a program that's being currently developed. It's actually already funded, and going into procurement phase, and that's called the IVAS system. And SiOnyx has been fortunate to be down selected and be the winner for the night vision sockets in that goggle system. So really our what's driving SiOnyx forward is we are developing technology for military and governmental systems, but it's all at the embedded system level, not in terms of finished goods or finished products level. Okay. That's where we are today, right? And that's why you and I are talking, because that's what you're seeing is the technology that we develop, and now we're putting in the products and bringing it to the market. Okay. The Aurora is what I think what really captured your interest, right? And thinking about what you can do with it outdoors, and what are the applications for it. And when we built this product, it was more about, hey, let's build it and let people come to us, right? So who do we go after? So it's very general purpose. But what we found is hunters gravitated to this thing quickly, and they wanted it for low light navigation, so getting in and out of your stand, getting in and out of your blinds, without spooking game, being able to survey an area while it's still dark before it gets to be shooting light, and then of course people are now really in the last several years have gotten into self-filming their hunts. Yeah. So it's big with archery hunters, big with turkey hunters, but they can go get the best of the best HD cameras, 4K cameras, which are fantastic, right? But as soon as that sun dips below the horizon level, they become really grainy. Ours.
So let's the night vision in general. For people who have used it, I've used it. You really just see like a green person, outline, animal, but you really don't get the definition or the depth of the what you're actually looking at.
Right.
What your product does, it gives you that depth. It's full color, it's HD, and you could film at night.
Yeah.
We've had many opportunities where we see an animal walking past our blind before first shooting light, where you could see the silhouette, but you can't make it out, or just past sundown where same situation, you can't really make it out. This gives you the opportunity to actually see the product in 3D. You see it in its real life form in color. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
It is. Yeah. And you're right. So using our product is a totally different experience than using analog night vision, which is you're referring to if you're that green screen or the white grayscale. So
yes,
and those are phosphorus based systems. So PVS 14s, PVS 31s are the most common known models or systems that utilize an analog phosphorus based intensifier. So what you're seeing is the green it's green phosphorus, right? And that's what's being magnified, the light photons that come through. So it gives you a green look. So while it gives you really great low light capability in the most expensive systems, you don't have the visual acuity or the contrast that we can provide, right? And so think about, if you're a soldier, right? The fidelity that you're going to gain through a digital system is far greater. And then of course, color means a lot. So we've had law enforcement detectives. We've had private investigators. We've had wildlife officials all use our system to record at night to have evidence that they can then submit in court. Mm-hmm. So because of the color, because of the ability to see as well as we can and then record it. So back to those green and white systems you're talking about, that's what you get. You get visual only, no other aid, no other features.
You can't really identify a suspect with that application.
Hey, he's got a red hat on. You can't tell, right? With our system, you can, right? He's wearing a plaid shirt. you can't tell that. What color plaid, gray and white beard. You might be able to tell that, but can't tell if he's got different color hair.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the product. It's yeah, like I said, it's every once in a while, every 3 to 5 years, a product comes out that you're like, wow, this is amazing. And I could see the applications. You're on a hiking trail. You're coming to your stand in the dark. You don't want to use your flashlight. You could just hold up your video camera and walk into your stand, disturbing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point, Chris. And I'm glad you brought that up, because white light is not a good tool, right?
Yep.
It gives away your location. It alerts animals from a far distance that something is there that shouldn't be there. Think about this. So if you're going into your hunting area, with either in your pickup truck or on an ATV or side by side, kill the headlights, right? And you can now navigate with our system, and we can actually stream to a smartphone or smart tablet. You flip your phone or tablet on airplane mode. You connect to the system's own Wi-Fi. So each unit that we sell is its own little Wi-Fi carrier.
Wow.
So you connect to it, and now you can stream, right? So think you put your little tablet up on your use a RAM mount or something, and put it on your ATV. Now to kill the headlights, you can drive it on the trail, see perfectly fine, get off your machine, then use it handheld wise and walk into your stand. So without using white light. And the other thing too is white light then gives you blindness. So once you turn that off, so it's a great tool all around for hunting. Do you duck hunt?
I went on my first goose hunt this year, and it was so much fun. It's certainly not going to be my last.
Yeah, so we've had some duck hunters, again, like something that we didn't go after or seek out is this for this use application is we've had a number of waterfowl outfitters buy our product and come back to us and say, hey, listen, this you guys know I love this thing because I can set up my decoy spread, whether on water or in a field, goose hunting, and I can survey my decoy spread with my Aurora without using white light, right?
Yep.
Again, for the reasons we just mentioned, you just don't want to give away location or disturb anything. And then they can record their clients, right? When that sun's coming up and you get that first flight coming in and it's still too dark to use a good camera, especially to capture the distance that we can see with our cameras plus the color, it's just another way to capture your activities, right? And be able to share it.
What is the zoom magnification on the Aurora?
The Aurora itself, excuse me, it's just a 1x. So it's actually native system is a half magnification. And that is to give you a wide field of view. So we're about 44 degrees field of view horizontal. But then you can step it up to a 1x. So that's like seeing like your eye does, right? But then we have a magnification of 2 and 4 digital. Okay, so you can do a digital magnification, but without it, just at a 1x. So just like your eyesight sees, we can identify a human-sized form at 150 meters.
Okay.
But in terms of actually seeing what distance you can see as long as there's available ambient light, the system sees, right? So, think about if you're on a boat on water, this is an amazing tool for on water applications because the water acts like a reflector, like a mirror. So any starlight that comes down or moonlight comes down, there's a significant percentage of it coming back up into the atmosphere off the water. So it's just a ton of available infrared light or ambient light that our product can see. So on water, it's just, boop. I mean, it's like using headlights. It's amazing. And we have people that are using it for navigational purposes, and they're seeing multiple kilometers at night. On land you're going to see as far as you can see, better than your eyesight. But if you have a tree line that's 1,000 yards down, you can see the tree line. It's not going to be able to have the magnification to see animals at that far because they're just going to be too small, right?
Yeah.
But at least for situational awareness and navigation surroundings, You can see as far as you can see.
Now you have a product that mounts to your boat that can help you navigate at night without light. So you can see an anchored boat, a log floating in the water, things that you normally wouldn't be able to see with just your naked eye.
Yeah. So you're right. And so we just announced a product. It's technically not available yet, and it's not in the market yet. But, when you have a venue like SHOT Show and you've got, I don't know how many thousands of people from our industry there, not just vendors, but dealers, right? So your big chain stores from your local gun shops, all there wandering around. So you got to take advantage of that venue and say, hey, we're leaking this out. We're going to show you what we got. And we have a product that we call Nightwave. And that is a purpose-built product for maritime or boating navigation. So it's going to be a fixed mounted system. So you're going to attach it to your vessel. So you're either going to, permanently drill it into your T-top on the cabin roof, or you can temporarily mount it using, again, ram mount, who have become really good partners of ours, by the way. On a rail system or anywhere you can clamp it down. There's a 1/4-20 thread screw in the bottom, so you can always temporarily mount it somewhere. So anyway, the idea is this replaces your headlights. So think you're going forward. You want to be looking forward at all times, navigation. So that's what this camera does. As we know, vessels don't have headlights. So you might have some docking lights, but you're not seeing very far with those. Yep. So here, we're going to be able to see well beyond where you're going. So again, going back to our color, you can see color markers, right? Your red and your greens. You can see your boat lights, red and greens. So there's a lot of very great applications for this on water. Really, the greatest purpose is to help you navigate at night, to be safe. That is the number one reason why we made this. People are asking, hey, does it pan and tilt? No, it does not. This is a navigational forward-looking camera. It does have the capability to plug into your current onboard MFDs, your multifunctional displays. So Raymarine, Samurad, or Garmin's. So we do have a direct plug-in for that. Or once we develop our app for this product, which will be available about the summertime. Excuse me again, still fighting this cold I have, I'm getting over. We have the ability to stream Wi-Fi, just like we talked about in the Aurora. So this will have its own Wi-Fi system that you can stream to a tablet for people that don't have an MFD on their boat.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break to acknowledge some of my sponsors. Underwood Ammo, always a standard of excellence. I don't use any other ammo but Underwood. Fantastic. Phone Scope and Pyro Putty, always innovative, trying to help you with your outdoor lifestyle, always coming up with great products. And of course, Hunt of a Lifetime. We're going to hear from them now, and we'll be right back.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a nonprofit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.
Great.
Okay, and we're back. I always love that part.
And we're back. Yeah,
Now,
I got to reach out to Phone Scope, by the way, just a side note. Because think about being able to attach this permanently, not permanently, but to the Aurora, right? And then you can have hands-free filming, if you're on stand.
Happy to make an introduction.
That'd be great if you could. Yeah,
Absolutely.
love that.
Not a problem. Hey, that's what it's about. You meet people, you connect people, and the universe comes back to you in some way, shape, or form.
You're right, Chris. And I've been in our industry. I say our industry because that's how I feel about it. It's the hunting, shooting, outdoor sports industry. I've been in it my whole career after college, and I've chose to stay, right? I've been opportunities to go somewhere else, make more money, have a bigger opportunity, bigger companies, or whatever it may be. But I've always been pulled back, right? Because it's the people, it's the network. Just like you said, I'd be happy to make an intro. And that's what I love about it, because it's a giant family. And I love going to SHOT Show. Missed it last year terribly, of course. Been able to go this year and see the people that I've known for 20 years in this industry, and the only time you see them or talk to them might be just at the shows. But when you see them, it's like, hey, great to see you,
like it was yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great network.
I found it to be a very welcoming community, but as competitive as any other industry.
We are in it to make money and to make an income, for sure. No doubt.
Yeah, those bills keep coming.
That's right.
Now, lastly, you have a tactical application as well, which in today's climate, for our police and National Guard and military, it's something that should be required for them.
Yeah. So you're right. So, not having a new product introduction last year in 21, obvious reasons, right? We've got COVID, killing our supply chains, slowing things down, making things, sourcing unreliable. We got through it ourselves. Okay. But development, we slowed things down. So at SHOT Show this year, we're able to launch 2 new products. I already talked about the Nightwave for the maritime application. The second product we launched, the name of it's called Opsin, OPSIN, and that is a dedicated helmet mounted system. And it is, what do you do with that, right? So if you're not into law enforcement, military, so there are outdoor applications or regular civilian applications, home defense, people like to be prepared for power outages, right? And now you have a hands-free night vision product, but it's really geared towards our law enforcement and military personnel. And so the system that drives Opsin, which I forgot to mention in Nightwave, it's the new sensor technologies, and this is the same night vision system that is being driven at the Department of Defense level for the Army, right? In the IVAS system. So it's a Department of Defense approved technology and capability. So now we have that on a commercial level. So it's the best of the best low light capabilities in both Nightwave and Opsin. And low light capabilities of people's like, oh, how low light can you see? It's like, it's hard to measure because people are used to measuring it in FOMs, right?
Yep.
Since it's digital, we don't have a FOM designation or rating. But we can say we can measure down to moonless starlight. So you figure go outside, no moon, just a starry night. Our products work fantastic. Can it work below that? It can, but you really start to degrade your low light capabilities after that. So think about cloudy nights, and no moon but cloud, or if you're in a forest canopy. Then you flip on an illuminator and the products work amazingly well. It's like using a flashlight that you can't see. It's an invisible flashlight. So back to Opsin, we developed this product because we know that there's a significant number of soldiers and law enforcement personnel around the world. So our friendly nations, we want to help out. They may not have the capabilities to source the best of the best night vision that the US or NATO countries would be using, but we want to make sure that they're safe from crime or other non-friendly nations. So our primary target is going after those countries, and they're able to source it from us with little red tape. So the system and for them, the procurement process for them is much simpler. And it's giving them the capabilities to see better than anything they've ever had. Right. So that's our primary purpose and target market. So knowing that, right, but we also know in the US, our commercial market is very vast. It's very segmented, right? We're all outdoors people. We all love firearms and hunting. But within that, there's segments that people enjoy certain aspects of those markets. Like, I'm going to buy a certain firearm just to go to the range and shoot steel plates or targets or punch paper. I'm not going to hunt with it. There's people that like to be, completely tactical from head to toe for preparations. And then we got our pig hunters. I absolutely love to pig hunt. I live in Colorado, so we don't have them here. So I have to travel, right? So going to Texas or Florida, I got a couple friends in Florida. Yeah, I've got friends in Florida that take me hunting. I have friends in Texas that take me hunting, and it's a blast. So we call it tactical pig hunting. So we go under nods, right? So we flip down our PVS 14s. So now we have our option to go use, and it's an absolute blast. It's a hoot.
Yeah, I love hog.
We need to get you out and go do this sometime. You'll have a blast, man.
I'm always up for a hog hunt. I haven't done it at night, but I've hunted them with a rifle, with a bow, with a crossbow, and from a helicopter. At night is my next step.
Yeah. When you do it at night, you'll be addicted immediately. Just because you see so many more of them. Because they come out, they're nocturnal.
Yeah.
And when they come out, I mean, they're coming out in the whole, their whole squads are coming out and hitting the field. So you got a pretty target rich environment. And then at night too, is you're able to navigate they become less guarded, put it that way, under cover of darkness.
They're comfortable under the cover of darkness.
Yeah.
They move freely and they think they're safe.
Yeah. Yep. So it's a blast, man. You would absolutely love it. We got to go do that.
Anytime you're ready. I'm actually going down in May, the week of Labor Day. With Connect Outdoors, we are taking visually impaired military
Nice.
on a hunt. And the way they do it is amazing. They have equipment and scopes that magnify and give them the ability to see better than they would be able to normally. Or if they're blind, for instance, they'll work with tapping on the shoulder. He's to your left. Up 2 inches, and they'll really sight it in for them, and they'll just pull the trigger.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So no matter what your disability, there's always a way to get out into the field.
Yeah, and that's great to give back like that. We support some other groups like that as well. So let me know if we can help in any way.
That's what we're here for. It's all about it's all about giving back and growing our community.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So where can we find SiOnyx?
So we currently, the Aurora is available throughout the country, and through independent dealers. Online is always an easy source. We have them at SiOnyx.com. But we encourage people to support their local dealers, their local gun stores. If those gun stores don't have it, reach out to us. We'll be happy to help them out and get them some supply of that. Nightwave will be carried by the major maritime boating retailers, but it won't be available till end of April, early May is when we'll start shipping that product. And then Opsin, and then Opsin will be this summer. Again, we're leaking this product out because SHOT Show is, a trade show for not public, but we know we have media like yourself that come and want to talk about the new products they saw because it's so exciting. We want to share it. So we're happy to share our information, but just we got to be patient. So April, May for Nightwave, and Opsin for the helmet mounted system is going to be midsummer. And I'm assuming that product will be picked up by a lot of our firearm dealers throughout the country, just because of the nature of the product.
And we could, as civilians, buy that as well.
Not a problem. Yeah.
Because with the current administration, you just don't know.
That is true. That is true. So the beauty of our products are, you know, the core system is a digital night camera. It's a digital camera, right?
Yep.
So think about, you know, your old Sony handy cams, right, that everyone walked around with. So what makes that tick and makes that run is what makes all of our products run. So it's not your tactical or military based design or intellectual property. So we don't have those requirements or restrictions on our products.
Okay. All right. Well, what's next for SiOnyx? What do you have in development aside from the boating products? And I know you have an R&D.
Yes, we have a robust R&D team, always driving our technology forward and looking for ways to keep improving. You know, we have some projects we're working on for governmental agency business, but you know, take time for that to come down into being commercially available. But you know, come by SHOT Show next year and we'll give you that another round of wow.
I'm looking forward to it.
If any of your listeners are going to be in Miami, we'll be at the Miami International Boat Show. So that's coming up February 16th through the 20th. We'll be at the NRA show, which I believe is going to be in Houston again.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, since it didn't happen, so they kept it there. So we'll be there as well.
I'll be there as well.
Great. And then if anyone's going to be traveling to Europe, we'll be in Nuremberg, Germany, first week of March. There's the European version of SHOT Show goes on at that time. So we'll be there with a full display. But yeah, we'll be out and about. We have a very active social media team. So get on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You know, it's just SiOnyx. Just Google that or search it. You'll find us. And we'd be happy to connect with whoever wants to connect with us.
Great. I appreciate you taking the time. And we look forward to seeing more of SiOnyx.
All right, Chris, thanks for having me. And I look forward to working with you more.
All right. I appreciate it.
All right.